Hello guys, so welcome to tonight's evening show. My name is CHUKS and you're on JFL TV, the home of football. So if today not the first time we see our program, for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, I almost start with tonight's evening show. So Theo Walcott, maybe one of the BBC pundits, come to talk about the Nketiah and the way we Arsenal treats the guy, say really bad the way Arsenal run the package, because this move where the Nketiah moved to Crystal Palace, it should have happened earlier. So maybe now it's supposed to happen. It's supposed to don't happen since. So Arsenal just delay the guy. You get by now the guy will run the beta, and this same Crystal Palace don't they pursue the Nketiah since the time of Roy Hodgson. They don't they pursue him. But I don't say this guy no get future. Man, I can't keep on here about the church jamming. You get when for don't come out, go the flex in muscle. So when you look at the report from Just Arsenal, they say Walcott unhappy with Arsenal's treatment of Nketiah should have happened earlier. So when you read the entirety of this particular report, so even the Mirror self carried the story. So according to the Mirror, Walcott asserts that Nketiah also have departed from Arsenal sooner, and that sooner or later he'll prove his quality at Selhurst Park. It was a move that probably should have happened earlier, the ex-Ghana winger declared. It is a move which can go well, and Palace is a good football club. In time, he will be a good signing for Crystal Palace. Like I told you, the Mirror carried the story. I said the Mirror, yes, the Mirror. So now, looking at what Walcott is saying, what do you think? Should I feel so Walcott didn't make sense? Because for me, I think with the power of hindsight, Nketiah don't really play much games for Arsenal. In fact, I think this same Walcott, this same Nketiah, na be player we say in contract expired, they can't beg him. Make him sign new contract, beg him even ahead, promise him even ahead. Last, now Benjamin, no. You get so to say him come out that time as a free agent. By now, only God know where the guy for the. Like only God know. Gets so it is that about that. This today now officially. We don't get reports from the case, the AAPT case, where Manchester City gets against the Premier League. So the analysis of this matter, Baba, it go long small, so may bear with me because now the major breaking news of today. We don't hear the rumor since say Man City beats the Premier League for courts. So but today, it don't the official. So many media houses carry on. In fact, I would say everybody, all the major journalists, I would say they discuss today. And the ramifications, because this thing get negative ramifications for the likes of Arsenal, especially Arsenal, Man U, and others. So let's begin. Now Arsenal carry this particular story. So this is how their own headline went. It's a Manchester City giving huge boosts in Premier League legal battle. So when you read this particular report from Now Arsenal, the corridor say the win scored by Manchester City came in a separate area. This one will be the 115 breaches, so that one they different. This case is all about the FA, whether you talk about the ATP rules, that's associated party transaction. For example, now as Manchester City today now, their owners now those Abu Dhabi. Now, if the Abu Dhabi owner in friend, you get become a sponsor for Manchester City. You get now the friend fee come say, okay, Man City. I use my company sponsor. I write my name on a shirt. And they giving out 200 billion. You see, say that figure is ridiculous. So the purpose of the financial fair play and the profitability and sustainability regulation, they don't set them in place. This ATP, associated party transaction, like parties where they associated with your owner, with your club, should not be able to sponsor your club with ridiculous figure. Instead, the money where they go to sponsor your club is supposed to be fair. That is what this law is all about. And Manchester City is challenging the EPL that this owner law, it is unlawful. It is illegal. Say, associated people where they affiliated to us should be able to sponsor us as they like. Now, what will be the crux of the matter? So that's why when you look at the Now Arsenal report, they say the win scored by Manchester City came in a separate hearing where it was ruled that the Premier League's associated party transaction ATP rules are unlawful. That is their own interpretation of the 175-page report that came out of the ruling. Now, make I go further. They say the ruling could have potentially huge ramifications for Arsenal after it was decided that the rules are unlawful due to the fact that they excluded shareholder loans, something which the Gunners have benefited from massively in recent years. Now, Manchester City's arguments, we say, they target clubs like us, because Man City, Newcastle, Chelsea, these are clubs that we say are billionaires, like Babala billionaires who like to spend money and then own them. So then they feel, say, then they target them unfairly. And for the profitability and sustainability regulation policy and the financial fair play, there's what they call shareholder loans, where Man City, they argue, so the FA, they include those loans. If they calculate the 3 years threshold, we're supposed to make the £105 million threshold. Say the financial fair play law, as I talk this in, when I'm not really confused, because make I explain it very, very well when I understand that. The law states that in a 3-year window, you must not make a loss beyond £105 million. If you make a loss beyond that £105 million, now we say you don't breach the financial fair play rules. So now, clubs like Arsenal, Manchester United, they collect loan from their owner. And that loan, they call them shareholder loan. That loan is an interest-free loan. They get interest, which means you can collect a 200 million loan from your owner to use and buy players. At the end of the day, you go pay your owner anytime you like. Based on this new law now, that loan now, if you collect interest-free loan from your owner again, there must be interest attached to it. Let's move on and see how other people interpret the ruling today. Football London say what Man City's ruling means for Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham Hotspur as clubs face new financial fair play worry. Because this win now, when Man City win, it don't change the law. So moving on, when you look at the report from Football London, they say Arsenal and Chelsea will seemingly be among the clubs most affected by the Premier League assessing shareholder loans as part of the Associated Party Transaction APT rules. Now, the two clubs owe a combined 400 million to their owners. Arsenal, as of today, owes Stan Kroenke 259 million. This is a loan they collected from the owners, an interest-free loan. Where we say you don't get any interest, they go pay the money anytime they like. But based on this new law now, where they don't ratify now, where Man City don't win, this money now, it go they factored in into the financial fair play. It go they factored in now into the profitability and sustainability regulation. What this means now is in the future, Arsenal may need to sell players to close their nyash, because now we are likely to breach the financial fair play law and get point deductions. This is why this win is very, very bad. So I don't understand what it really mean now, because they say we and Chelsea, in fact, Chelsea, they owe their owner 146 million. Everton, they owe their owner 451 million. Brighton and Hove, they owe their owner 373 million. These are interest-free loans. But now, this loan, you don't choke, everywhere choke. Now, they say the APT rules have previously excluded these loans. The Premier League states that that was a choice by majority. In fact, the fact that the financial fair play and profitability and sustainability regulation excluded this loan, don't be saying that the EPL do it. There was a vote, and the majority of the EPL clubs voted to exclude it from the FFP. But now, when we say Man City don't win, it will now be included. And those who can they owe plenty money, it will factor in your losses at the end of the season. So they say, now, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Brentford, Fulham, Liverpool, Man U, Spurs, West Ham, they all submitted evidence to support the Premier League in the court case. Now, them be Premier League witness. Now, they are now conducting a process that can allow the league and the clubs enact those specific changes quickly and effectively, because, as the tribunal has concluded, the APT rules must now integrate the assessment of shareholder loans. You see, things don't be very, very difficult. However, Manchester City challenged the legality of those rules after the league voted through those amendments early in the year, and the hearing took place. Now, for Man City side, Chelsea, Everton, and Newcastle, they all acted as Man City's witness in the case where they just concluded when Man City win. Now, Ben Jacobs, when they analyze this case, this is a big case, so it gets so much ramifications. Everybody's discussing about this case today. Everybody. Now, Ben Jacobs is saying Manchester City have now won their legal claim that the Premier League associated party transaction rules are unlawful. This could lead to a change in rules and allow Manchester City to strike new lucrative deals. You don't see why Man City they fight for this thing. Now, it will allow people where they're close to their rich owners to come sponsor Manchester City with lucrative deals, with outrageous figures. And once those figures come in, it will come in as revenue generated. So then go fit buy many players without breaching the financial fair play or the profitability and sustainability regulation policy. Now, Manchester City argued successfully that shareholder loans should be excluded or should not be excluded. Now, furthermore, Ben Jacobs come to talk say several Premier League clubs are disappointed by the ruling, including Arsenal, Bournemouth, Liverpool, West Ham. In fact, EPL maintains rules won't dramatically change, but shareholder loans will now be factored in, which could affect some of the heavier borrowers using this method. This type of lending is interest-free, but interest rates may now be applied for the purpose of profitability and sustainability regulations. Now, in fact, when you look at the statements put out by the Manchester City group, they can talk say, following today's publication of the rules, the arbitral tribunal awarded Manchester City Football Club thanks to the distinguished members of the arbitral tribunal for their work and considerations and welcome their findings. First, the club has succeeded with its claim. The associated party transactions, the APT rules have been found to be unlawful, and the Premier League decisions on the specific two sponsorship transactions have been set aside. Secondly, the tribunal found that the original APT rules and the current rules violated UK competition law and violated the requirements. I can go on and on, like Manchester City, they read different things, so they say they find in their own favor. Now, moving on, see where the thing can be somehow dramatic. Manchester City dropped their own statements. The Premier League self dropped their own statement. Both sides, they claim, say they win the case. Depending on how you interpret it. In fact, for you to know who really win, you need to go and read the 175-page documents, the findings of the courts. Because, in fact, when you look at the reports put out by the Mirror say Premier League statements on legal decisions as they and Manchester City both claim victory. So I will show you the areas where Manchester City, I don't show you the areas where Manchester City they claim their victory. Now I will show you the areas where the Premier League said they claim, say, we win this other side. So now they say Manchester City and the Premier League have both claimed victory after the champions challenged the league rules on commercial deals. So when you read the entirety of the report, you see that the Premier League said that the tribunal had supported the legitimacy of the rules and said that it found them essential to make the profitability and sustainability regulation PSR effective, and agreed with the Premier League that if a transaction is evidently not at fair market value, that would distort competition with the league. Now, this is what Premier League is claiming. Say the tribunal agree with them, say the fact that you have somebody who is close to your owner does not give you the impetus to just come and do a sponsorship deal where go they outrageous. You get, if you do that, it go remove like competition, fair competition for everybody. You get, so if that deal they come in, the deal has to be at a fair market value because it will scatter competition within the league. Now, the league, that's the FA, the Premier League, also said that the panel had rejected Manchester City's arguments that the purpose of the APT rules was to discriminate against clubs with ownership from the Gulf region. And that is true. Because ab initio, the reason we make the Manchester City group carry the FA go courts, now say that they feel that because of them, they put that law. But the tribunal don't confirm, don't talk and say, no be because of una. It is because of fair competition. That's why the team was put in place. Now, Manchester City and the Premier League, they claim victory. Now, you know, say City launched this legal action against the associated. I not even go through. I might go to the next slide because I don't want to waste time. Now, the Premier League statements, now be this. The Premier League welcomes the tribunal's findings, which endorsed the overall objectives, framework, and decision-making of the APT system. Now, the tribunal upheld the need for the APT system as a whole and rejected majority of Manchester City's challenges. Manchester City brought a lot of prayers where we say the tribunal no answer. The tribunal only answer two. Number one, we say as the shareholder loan must be included. Then number two, say they are this thing they unlawful. You get, so now part of the thing. So they say that the rules are necessary in everything. That in fact the Premier League, their own this thing, it did very very long. I don't think they continue to read them because I don't say this thing get huge ramifications for everybody. But the Coco be say see the major area where Premier League they claim. Now, when you read the 175-page documents of the courts, now the panel conclusions were set out in paragraph 592 to 602 of the 175-page document. The first refers to Manchester City claim to the APT rules as first adopted and the rules as amended this year. It found that the exclusion of shareholder loans is unlawful. So now that unlawful, Manchester City can they claim every year. So they talk say everything they unlawful. No, not everything is unlawful, but not including the shareholder loan. That is where the tribunal say it is unlawful. Even the Daily Mail put out a report how Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester United plots to take down Man City spectacularly backfired and now puts them in crosshairs. Now they tell you say now they don't add shareholder loans. Arsenal, the old Stan Kroenke about 250 something million. So they're going to factor in all those things that with financial fair play. But while are they? You get while are they? So now, how January go be? Will we still be able to buy players? How the summer transfer window where they come will be? Are we still going to be able to buy players? Now we say they go factor in this our debts, add interest, and all those things into our already safe position with the FFP and the profitability and sustainability regulation. Everything that the boss brain he gets. But more just come up for this story. I think we don't talk about them too much. Now, TBR, when the Carriers go to Troy Deeney, they talk about Arsenal player. Wayne Phil say the guy was a class above for the match of play against Southampton. So, but they talk about Bukayo Saka. So Troy Deeney, when they say Saka is a class above for Arsenal right now. Say Saka got 2 assists and a goal. That is becoming a very normal weekend for Saka. So the guy really play very, very well and in the proud of Bukayo Saka. So right now, Charles Watts going to give us updates on the likes of Kai Havertz. So Watts going to say nothing really there about this Kai Havertz. Jari say the Coco be say the guy don't play too much football and say he don't tire. Say he needs a break. So Arsenal, the reason say if he can't go Germany, I can go play for Bosnia, play against the second match. By the time he can come back, where the energy he can get to play against Bournemouth, to play against Shakhtar Donetsk, to play against Liverpool. Therefore, so they need to calm down. You get. That's why they take permission, make the guy for rest. They don't be say any ankle, anything. Because when you look at what you see on the screen, they say the sense right now is that Kai Havertz situation is not one to be overly concerned about. He was fine to finish the game on Saturday, but he played a lot of football. So it was thoughtful best for him to just stay, rest, and be monitored by Arsenal over the next few days. No risks. So I think that says it all. So we don't need to fear for anything now. I couldn't see this report this night. Russell Martin, maybe the coach of these people will knock Southampton. Come aside and talk say then they better than PSG. Say they're supposed to beat Arsenal them. Say they're supposed to beat Arsenal. But I don't know what they give this guy the moral where they talk about this kind of thing. So I quickly checked the entirety of the report. But back at the top, say we had some brilliant moments. We hit the bar, we hit the post, we scored a good goal. We had a couple of balls across the 6-yard box, some really great moments, which not many teams have at Arsenal. We watched the PSG game here on Tuesday, and I felt like we've had as many, if not better moments that they did in the match. But when we go one up, we have to be not just the young doors. So they talk. If you meet PSG, you not beat PSG. You when they run your match, say you beat PSG. Please don't need to concern yourself with your relegation battle. They run your match. You are better than PSG. Like what's an insult? All this guy coach go well. I'm going to like motivational coach. What did he say? You are better than PSG. Well, I don't blame you, and Arsenal will allow you to score first. Anyway, so Give Me Sports going to put out another report. Say Edu Gaspar the pursue one guy. He gets Reese. Say that they're interested in signing the guy Victor Reese. So now Ben Jacobs now actually carried this story. Say Arsenal they're interested in the player. Say Gunners keen on Victor Reese. Real Madrid and Chelsea are also interested. In fact, the statement from Ben Jacobs it reads as thus. So Ben Jacob say Edu Gaspar in particular has been on risk for quite some time and is driving this one. Of course, Mikel Arteta is involved, but we are not yet at the stage where, like the club, from Arsenal's perspective, have pitched or the manager needs to be terribly involved. But Edu Gaspar in particular has made a point of leading this chase, if you like, and Real Madrid are there as well, Chelsea, and they all want the top talents from South America. Well, we'll just see what the future holds. Now, Dermot Gallagher can explain why they no cancel Martinelli goal. You know, say many people they come outside they talk say the goal wey Arsenal score against Southampton, that Martinelli winner, the second goal, the one we make am 2-1, say they're supposed to cancel am for offside, say make Merino dey offside. So Baba can they explain. When they talk say the position where Merino dey, he no really dey active for the goal because Gabriel Martinelli completed Arsenal's comeback against Southampton, ghosting in at the far back post. Now there were some claims that Mikel Merino may have interfered with the ball but Baba they say the ball went over his head. In fact, say there was no way Merino for being involved because according to Gallagher, he said the Spaniard did not have a realistic opportunity to play the ball. So Merino could never play the ball. So there's no way you could talk to me then they check say Merino the offside. The ball was from Martinelli and Martinelli got the ball and Baba scored. So that it was a rightfully given goal, according to what Baba they explained. So my dear Arsenal lovers, made the video for not too long, too much. The biggest news of the night is the fact that Theo Walcott, they come outside, they complain, say, you don't really like how Arsenal treats Nketiah, based on say the guy for don't come for Arsenal for long time. Where Crystal Palace won the final, when Roy Hodgson even still did there. But just delay the guy time at the end of the day, they still sell him, you get. And you get where the guy a contract won't expire, where the guy can the promise I even ahead. By the end of the day, the guys let them go. Well, today, I know just they happy based on this case where Man City win the FA is going to be setting a very bad precedent. Get now, Man City they happy say the figures they do wayo with their sponsorship deals now to go to beat the financial fair play rules. Now, Man City go for they sign 20 people for 100 million sign as a like just I'm not just like the fact that it put us in a bad place, but it is what it is. So, my dear Salvas, I think it's a fine place for us to call the show an end. So it's like come your way tomorrow morning to give you the morning news. So then thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good night. And not get out. All right, guys. Bye-bye. More outside.